shop, and they cover topics like family, church, how to deal with the homeless, to current events. Willie Brown and Willie, they bring it home. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, the Maurice Brown Show, Willie Brown. What's up, Willie?
Hey, what's happening? How you feeling?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I tell you, right. I see you got your buddy Woody with you. You guys are ready to roll.
Which one is the ventriloquist? Who's the ventriloquist?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, Woody. Hey, look, man, how are you guys? Hey, Woody, how are you guys operating in this virtual world of Zoom? How are you guys dealing with that, Woody?
Man, I'm doing the best I can. Let me tell you, this is the first time in my life that I didn't want to get out of the suitcase. Okay, Maurice, I didn't want to get out. Okay,
you didn't want to get out. Oh my God!
Put me back in. Come on, man, put me back in now.
Right, man. I'll tell you right now. So tell us a little bit about what's coming up in the future with the virtual platform. I know you got, Willie, I know you got comedy shows and everything scheduled out, because it looks like this is going to be the new normal, right?
Well, it seems like it. Yeah, it appears to be that way, Maurice. So, I went in and invested in some green screen. I've got it all. Man, I got cameras. We've got microphones, lights. Now all you need is action, okay? So we've been doing shows. I've been doing, a number of different virtual types of shows. You name it. Churches, TV shows, wedding couple retreats. Let's see. My college, Hampton University, my alma mater, we did a huge fundraiser for them. Man, we're doing birthday parties, all kind of stuff, man. Right here from the house. I like it because you don't have to wear a face.
I tell you right now, this pandemic is making us all have to make huge adjustments. And I guess, Woody, you don't have to worry about your mask too much, though.
Well, I usually wear a mask because I usually wear a mask even when I'm by myself because I don't know where I've been. Okay. I don't know where I've been.
Yeah, I understand. And, Woody, I hope now. Look, Woody, the next question I'm going to ask, I don't want you to get jealous, Woody, but I got to ask this question about Deacon Uncle Rufus. I know he has a new show out. Tell it now. Talking about what's coming up in the future. Tell us about the new show with Uncle Rufus.
Yeah, well, my uncle been doing a show. First, he started out with a weekly Bible sermon, and that turned into Bible trivia. Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. Okay. My wife wanted me to entertain our children, not all the children of our family in a special family chat group that we have on Facebook. Yeah, and she said, "Why don't you let Uncle Rufus, do a little sermon?" And so, my nieces were like, "Well, who's preaching today? Is Uncle Rufus preaching today?" And so I thought it was kind of funny. I made up a little sermon and I shared it and everyone liked it. So I said, wow, this is too good to keep to myself. Yeah, so we said, hey, we might as well share this with everybody. So I took it and I put it on Facebook.
Valina Metcalf says, hey, Valina.
Hey, Valina. How you doing, darling? Good to see you. Yeah. So we put it on Facebook and we started doing it weekly. And then it was like God told me to say, hey, keep doing it. Don't stop. Keep doing it. And people from church were telling me they wanted it because they needed something to laugh at, and plus it was giving them a good word. So we just kept going with the Bible sermons. And then finally, one of my youth pastors at the church said, hey, can you do something for the kids? Can you do like a Bible trivia, asking the kids questions? I said, sure, I can do it. So we started doing Bible trivia. It's really cool because Uncle Rufus, he asked a lot of questions and he asked, a series of questions and he gives the kids a chance to answer, man. And it's great. And you'd be surprised. There's a lot of adults that don't know the answers either.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised at that, Willie, at all. Woody, I wouldn't be too surprised at that, man. But I saw it. I saw your Uncle Rufus stuff, and I thought it was interesting, the project that you're starting with that. And I was like, man, wow, is this going to be like a regular program, or a series, with Uncle Rufus?
Well,
but I love it, man.
Yeah, well, we've got several, videos up right now, and they're all starting to pick up views. And I don't know where it's going, but we got picked up on 3 different television networks since we started.
Yeah.
So people really like it. It's good content, and we can do it right here from the house, which is great. But like kind of what you're doing right now, this platform, what you're doing is great. It's beautiful, man. I love it.
Thank you, Woody. I appreciate it, man. It takes a little bit of getting used to. I'm pretty much a typical computer dummy dad, so I'm dependent on my kids to introduce me to this new world of virtual. I want to say this to you, though, Willie. I know that you produced a comedy DVD called Gospel Comedy Live by Clean Comedy Productions. I want to say that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say that was in 2013.
Exactly. You do your research, man. You must be with the FBI or something.
Well, I try to stay. Woody, I try to stay away from those guys, dude. But let me just say this to you. So tell us, Willie and Woody, both of you guys, tell us a little bit about maybe the future, what the future for comedy, Clean Comedy Clinic holds for everybody, because that's a great show.
Well, the Gospel Comedy Live came about. I wanted to create a platform for clean and Christian comedians that I hadn't seen. And so my wife and I, we put our heads together and we were able to pull that together. It was a beautiful production. We shot 3 shows, and we were able to cut 6 shows out of it. And we had comedians and a gospel singer on every show. And it was top notch, man, like Hollywood. I'm telling you, I was very proud of that. And it's got on a bunch of different TV networks, and it's still available. God told me he said, bless it, break it, and give it away. Bless it, break it, and give it away. Like the fish and the loaves, man. That's what we're doing. And we're putting it out there, man. And I'm really proud because I'm actually using my gift to spread the gospel. Man, that's exactly what we're doing. I'll tell you, if you don't praise them, the rocks are gonna cry out.
They will.
The wood is already talking. Come on now.
So, hey, your good buddy Cornbread Robinson says, I see Willie. You still got Willie riding your charm and good looks all the way to the road of success, Woody. He's riding on your good looks.
Hey, I love Kenny Robinson, man. That's my buddy right there. We take good pictures together. Hey, Kenny, what's going on, man? Good to see you, man.
I know that you have performed all over the world, Willie. You guys have done a lot of stuff around the world. Do you find it more challenging getting your in some countries? The English isn't as good as others. Do you ever find it difficult getting your punchlines understood as well as you would like?
Yeah, when you go to some countries like Detroit, Manhattan, places like that. Yeah, sometimes. No, actually, that's a good question. Yeah, sometimes. I was over in the Netherlands, over in Amsterdam and Rotterdam, and they speak good English when they want to. They love American comedy. That's what they say. They love it.
Yeah,
they love English comedy.
They do. Yeah.
And no, I've had some very good success over there. And we had a few shows they didn't know what the heck we were saying, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Most of it was good. Most of it was really good.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I've always found it surprising how much other countries love American comedy. Bill Burr was in Austria, I think, and he said they didn't really they were trying to solve the problem in the joke rather than, understanding the punchline. They were like,
Yeah.
why don't you just tell them you're sorry? But I didn't know if you had any issues like that at all. Now you have opened
I
do.
Go ahead. I do, Maurice. I had an issue. This is funny. I was over in Korea. I was in Korea one time with some comedians. We performed over there for a few weeks, and we were performing for the troops. And they were like, "Look, we got a show. We got a show we want you guys to do. Now it's going to be like it's going to be a huge audience. It's going to be a huge audience, probably like 10,000 people are going to be there. But it said the first two rows of people are going to be Korean, and the rest of them are going to be Americans. All right.
Okay.
It's going to be about 10,000 people. The first two rows are Koreans. The rest of it's going to be Americans. Man, right. We got there, man. The first two rows were American, and the rest of the people were Korean. Okay. The first two rows were. Man, that was a complete. I'm telling you, I was hoping that general. I was hoping that he was about to retire because I would hate to be serving under him because, man, I wouldn't want to take the hill with that guy. You know what I mean? Because he's going to tell us to no. Yeah. Take the hill. There's no one there. Yeah, right.
Oh, there it is. Hey, look, Willie, let me ask you this, man. You have opened up, you and Woody have opened up for some of the top recording artists in the country, like Chaka Khan, James Brown, Frankie Beverly, and Maze. That's just to name a few. I can go on and on and on. But I got to ask you this because I've heard some horror. Oh, Uncle Rufus. What's up, Uncle Rufus?
Hey, how you doing there, young man? How you doing there?
I'm glad to have you on the show, man. I was just talking about you and your new show, Uncle Rufus.
Oh, you was talking behind my back, man.
No, Uncle Rufus. I was saying some good things about you, Uncle Rufus. Willie, let me ask you something, though. When you have opened up for these groups, do you find it more challenging to open up for a musical group than a comedian?
It all depends on who you're working with. I tell you,
okay,
it's a different kind of atmosphere because when you're opening up for a famous singer, they ain't come there to see you. They came to see the singer. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, Uncle Rufus. That's what happens. That's the problem.
Just tell the truth. Yeah, tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Yeah, just tell the truth. That's what it is.
Yeah, so unless you're really on the bill, I mean, I've opened up for like Gladys Knight, and my name was on the marquee at the Tropicana. But I mean, I had a great show because she brings a really good audience, and they appreciated it. I mean, when you go to the Tropicana, I mean, they pay to see the show. They want to enjoy every moment of it. Yeah, you know how they are.
Yes, they do. Now, Cornbread wants to know, Uncle Rufus, how come Willie ain't wearing a mask, Uncle Rufus?
Good question. That's why I keep saying 6 feet away or 6 feet under. 6 feet away or 6 feet under, you choose. I got a mask. You ought to be wearing it because you did that at Ventriloquist with it on than with it off.
Uncle Rufus, Uncle Rufus, how are you guys doing church services nowadays? Are you guys practicing social distancing?
Yeah, I've been church hopping. I've been going to all kinds of churches. I go to about 100 different churches every Sunday. I ain't loyal to nobody. I ain't going back to church until the rapture comes. Okay, y'all can do what y'all want to do. I'm waiting for Jesus to come back. I don't care. I ain't going back in there. I'm the senior citizen. I'm the AARP, okay? I can't turn around now. I'm already in the final chapter here. I ain't trying to rush.
Yes, sir, Uncle Rufus. I hear you, man. I hear you. Willie, so I know that you were also in a film. You've been in like 3 or 4, I think, feature films, but you also
not including the porno stuff. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, not including that. Oh, you did a film with Debbie Allen called All About You, Willie. So do you find acting more challenging than comedy?
Oh, yes. Acting is definitely a different animal. I mean, you got to work on your chops, man, on the big screen, because everything is more illuminated, kind of like this right here. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, whatever you do is, if you do it on the big screen, it's much larger, so you have to kind of tone things down a bit. But I love it, man. I love the whole medium, man. I love the television. I love film. But it's definitely, something a skill that you have to work on, and I could use some work in that area. Most of the time I've been performing, I've been in movies. I've been doing my thing. I've had my characters. I've had a few roles where I was by myself, but most of the time I was playing myself.
Yeah. So it wasn't too difficult for you to make that transition, I don't imagine, based on the fact that you're doing a lot of stuff live in comedy. When you're on set, you get to do it again, maybe 4 or 5 takes. It makes it a little bit easier, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. One time, I'll tell you, I got booked to do Barbershop. It was a sitcom that was made after the movie Barbershop. It was produced by Ice Cube.
Yes.
Omar Gooding played Ice Cube's role, the guy who was the barber.
Got it. Yeah.
And they made it was a sitcom. It went for a couple seasons. I had a recurring role on there, and they brought me on as a homeless ventriloquist with an overly religious dummy. that would be me. Praise God. That would be me.
Was that Willie?
Hallelujah. And that was like a role made in heaven. I'm telling you. But I went in for the audition, and before I could get to my car, my agent was calling me saying they want you. They said, head over to wardrobe now. And the next day, I was on the Paramount lot shooting. I mean, it happens that fast. You just don't know.
Man. Hey, thanks a lot, Dennis. I appreciate you watching the show. We're talking with the very funny and talented Willie Brown, who is also a ventriloquist. And he's also got a great comedy show called Gospel Comedy Live, which you can get on DVD. And can you also get it on Amazon as well? Or are there other platforms you can get that DVD?
You can watch it on YouTube right now, but don't tell nobody. You can get it everywhere. You can watch it. You can get it everywhere, man. Yeah, man.
Okay.
You can watch it right now.
Hey, Willie, let me ask you something now. As a ventriloquist, do you ever encounter hecklers?
Well, most of the time, not today, because we're doing a lot of churches. Can you imagine a Christian heckler? I mean, how would that be? I mean, that's not very Christ-like. Boo, boo, nail him. Yeah.
Well, I know.
Crucify him. That would be horrible, right? I mean, but
it would be horrible, Willie.
in most clean comedy environments, you don't find too many hecklers. Although I heckle them sometimes, and I'm a part of the show. But I don't, except for when you do comedy clubs, and I don't do as many as I used to. But back in those days, I mean, you will get a heckler in comedy club sometimes.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. More in the comedy club atmosphere.
Exactly. What do you do? How do you deal with the Uncle? You talk about the llama. That's what you do. Talk about the llama.
That always works, Uncle Rufus.
That'll make them want to fight you. That'll make them want to fight you too. One time I was in I was in Santa Monica.
Okay.
Man, I was in Santa Monica one time at a show on the pier, and this guy started heckling me. Man, it was a bad night anyway because it was dark. The microphone wasn't working good, and that's all I needed was some heckling. Yeah. And so I let Woody laid into him. I was talking about his mama, and he got so mad he came up to Woody's face.
Whoa!
And he said, "Man, I'm gonna see you after the show."
Oh man!
It's kind of scary when somebody walks up on you, like, especially when you ain't real. You know what I'm saying?
What did he? Yeah. Did he try to open up your
when you come out? When you come out, it's on. And we were in California, and that's gangland territory. I was like, oh Lord, here we go.
Yeah. You must have been close to Compton or something. Were you close to Compton?
No, thank goodness we was in Santa Monica with the white folks.
Santa Monica. Okay. I guess it's a different hood in Santa Monica. Hey, Willie, let me ask you something, dude. How about bombing? What is your worst bombing experience?
I think we're doing a good job right now. No. We were at many years ago. I was at Howard University in Washington D.C. with Chris Thomas. Yeah, I remember that.
Thanks, Kenny.
Yeah, Chris Thomas. Hey, Kenny, take care, man. We'll see you, bro. Love you, man.
Thanks, Kenny.
We were doing a show at Howard University with Chris Thomas. Let's see, a bunch of guys, man. Mark Howard. It was years ago, a long time ago. Back when we used to drink, a long time ago. We had everybody was drinking, including me. It wasn't a good show, man. It was bad. Everybody got booed that night. Everybody got booed. I mean, everybody. It was horrible. They just motioned to me, come on, Willie, come off the stage. Don't worry, you don't have to. You're still gonna get paid. Come on, don't worry about it. Those college kids are rough, man. Those college kids, I tell you.
Yeah, they're rough. The college kids can be real difficult sometimes. Now, when something like that happens, does it take you a few days to get over it, or you immediately brush it off?
I immediately need IV. Okay, I gotta go to the emergency room. I'll tell you right there. I'm done. I already have low self-esteem. What you think? I can't take too much of this, Maurice.
I can understand.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Uncle Rufus, you got something to do. Yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna talk to you, Maurice. It was really good seeing you. Come on, make sure you tune in to Bible Trivia and to the sermon each week on the Facebook page and on YouTube. Minister Deacon Uncle Rufus preaches. All right,
Amen, Uncle Rufus.
I'll see you guys. I love you. I gotta go. I gotta get to the senior citizen.
Later, Uncle Rufus.
I gotta go see the senior citizen. Okay, okay. You just. Oh, I tell you, when you have a bad show, man, it's a long walk to the dressing room. Okay. I mean, it makes you question whether you want to be in this profession or not.
Yes.
But you got to get over it quickly because it happens to the best of us, man. Everyone. I mean, I've seen videos where Dave Chappelle bought it. Chris Rock bought it. It can happen. It can happen to your mama, okay? They don't care who you are.
And if you grab Woody.
Yeah, if it's your night, it's your night. And it's okay because those are the nights where you really learn. See, you don't learn when the crowd is eating out of the palm of your hands and everyone's cracking up laughing and you don't even get to use all your jokes because you're that funny, man. And you realize then you're in the grace of God. I mean, when you have a bad night, you go back and you do some homework. You say, well, what did I do wrong? Man, I should have stayed in college. Wow. Get a real job. So you're thinking like, man, what did I do? Could I have said it this way? Maybe I should have took the joke out or whatever. And you're thinking, man, it makes you plan, it makes you rework, and it makes you give thanks to God because you're riding on grace anyway. It's all grace. Exactly. It's all grace. Every show is different. Grace. And most of them are pretty good, but every once in a while you have that tough one, man. And you learn from the tough times, not from the easy times. You learn from the bad days, not the good days.
Yeah. And the thing about hey Willie, I mean, you do. It's not going to be rosy all the time. And speaking of that, have you ever had a crossroads experience where you asked yourself, "Hey, yo, maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Maybe this is not for me." Have you ever had that experience?
Yeah, I've had that feeling before. We kind of having that feeling right now during the pandemic. I mean, I'm thinking I should go work at Lowe's or something. Maybe we ought to be over there at Home Depot or something.
Right.
Maybe,
right.
I mean, oh man, this during this season, I mean, if this doesn't make you question yourself and everything that you ever been about, I don't know what would. But
absolutely.
Definitely. Especially when this has been a tough time for most of us event performers.
Well, Willie, let me ask you something. As a man of God, what do you think the Lord is doing during the midst of this season for the entire world?
I think he's letting us know that he's in charge. I think he's forcing us to be more creative. So we're coming out of our complacency, you know?
Yes.
Because we've been sitting back, and a lot of things I'm doing right now, I should have been doing them years ago. I should have created
right.
Bible trivia. I should have created Uncle Rufus Preached. I should have created the Maya and Woody safety tips show. I got stuff with my granddaughter. She's 5 years old. I've created a show with her.
Okay.
I'm going to push the envelope, man. I'm thinking, like, what can I do right now to help people in need? And you know who's in need? Children that are in school, teachers, and their parents. Because the kids are hurting right now, man. I mean, believe it or not, it's hard to have your kid at home on the computer, and you're not. If you got to monitor that, because you think they're in English class and they're supposed to be in math class. Come on, move on now.
Yeah, you gotta monitor them, Willie. That you do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's up to the parents. It's up to the parents to make sure the kids get a good education. It is, man. Some parents don't realize that. You're putting a lot of pressure on the teachers. So I'm like, what can I do to help them? I'm going to try to find a way to use these guys to help ease some of that stress. Use this comedy to help make the kids' lives better, to make the teachers' lives better, to make the parents' lives better. Comedy is good, but by itself, it's just comedy. You got to apply it to something. I don't care. Apply it to the movies. Apply it to colleges. Apply it to commercials. Apply it to education. Apply it to something useful. And that's what we're doing now. And so, hey, maybe this wouldn't have happened if the pandemic didn't happen. Because we're thinking about, how can we make it here? What can we do? What can we do to make a difference?
Well, I was watching comedian Akintunde last week, and he said that he feels like this is a wave. The virtual platform is a wave, and we better catch it because we can end up getting left behind. Like, this might just be the new way entertainment works. I don't know. I'm kind of on his side. I'm not 100% convinced yet, but it is starting to look that way, Willie.
I think it could be a great alternative even in the future because it cuts down on cost. You know, like, for instance, they don't have to fly us in. I don't have to leave my car at the airport. My dog's not at the kennel. I'm not wearing pants right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love these shows. I haven't worn pants since February. You know what I'm saying? Willie, you got nice legs. You got such nice legs. Oh my God.
Hey, well, Willie, let me ask you something about the nervousness.
Nice legs too. It's all wood. Yeah. It's all wood.
It's all wood, Woody. Yes, I love it.
My legs are all wood. Yeah.
So, do you ever get nervous before you go on stage, Willie? How do you deal with the butterflies, man?
Oh man, I'm nervous right now. I tell you. Yeah, I do, and I think it's a great thing because that gives you positive energy, man. If I don't get nervous, something's wrong. That means I'm not up for the show. So, you know, I get nervous because I want to do good. You know, I want to give a great performance. So I think it's a great thing, man. I learned to love it. If I don't get nervous, now I'm afraid. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, well, that's true. Now, you started out in the clubs, like you said, a long time. At once upon a time, you would have a drink or two, and then all of a sudden, you transitioned into Christendom. How did you tell us a little bit about your salvation and how you came to salvation in Christ?
I thought you were going to say you started out, you had a couple of drinks or two, and all of a sudden you transferred into Alcoholics Anonymous. Tell the truth. That's another story. Look, I got a book coming out too in January. It's called "And Still Champion." I'm along with six other authors. We're all ministers, and it's a tell-all story. We're telling about our lives, man. You would love this book. Matter of fact, we're going to launch. The website has just launched, and if you stay in contact with me, you'll see the information. But next time I talk to you, maybe I'll probably have a copy of the book. But it tells my whole story. It's a great story, man. And you know, I came from a good family, but my father was an alcoholic. He was a functional alcoholic, meaning he could work. and drank, and he got things
I understand. Yeah.
For the most part. But it affected us, man. It affected me. I didn't know that I would later suffer from the same thing, alcohol, substance abuse, and just caught up in the whole trappings of Hollywood, man. And I was born into a Christian family. My mother and father, when I was a kid, they attended church, and I got, when I got older, they stopped going. And then when I turned 12 years old, my father said, "You need to go to church. You need to give your life to Christ." I thought that was a great idea. I thought it would have been even better if he would have taken me to church,
Yeah, that would have been even better, Willie. Yeah.
You're like, you need to get baptized. You know how those fathers were back in the day. You need to get baptized.
Yes.
So
yes.
At least he cared enough to tell me I needed to do it. So I did. I got baptized, and I actually felt like a better person when I came out of the water. I'm sure you were cleaner. Yeah. And and I joined the choir, the children's choir and everything. And I was living in Hamden, Connecticut, outside of New Haven, Connecticut. And it was great. I mean, but I didn't have anybody to push me because my parents weren't really attending like they should. So I would go to church for 4 weeks, and then for 4 weeks I wouldn't go to church. I'd go to church for 8 weeks, and for 8 weeks I wouldn't go to church. But I came up in a decent family, but now I see spiritual warfare. You got to be totally committed to this thing. You got to be plugged in, man. And as the head of the household, being the man, you need to be in control. You're responsible for the well-being of your family's spiritual condition. And a lot of men don't know it, but you're like the lion in the pride. You're protecting the pride, man. And if you don't protect your pride, the enemy, Satan, will come in and sift you like wheat. Because once he gets the man out of the way, the wife and the children are fodder, man. I mean, I'm telling you, they're wide open. And that's what we've seen in the world today. Too many of the men, too many of our brothers are out of position, and they leave room for Satan to come in. And they don't understand how powerful Satan is and how he uses the mass media, music, entertainment, everything you see to get into your heart, to change you. And he does it little by little by little by little until he gets in there and he puts these constructs inside of your heart, and you won't even know it's happening. Before you know it, it's too late, man. Before you know it, you're about to have a divorce. Before you know it, your kids are on drugs. Before you know it, someone's locked up, or all kinds of stuff, man. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He needs to be exposed, man. In these last days, I think we're just seeing a glimpse of what it could be, man. Real talk. This is just the beginning of birth pangs. But for me, I was able to get back to the fold and rededicate my life around the age of 32.
Okay.
And then when I moved to California, I started doing shows with an agency called Clean Comedians. Clean Comedians, I was doing corporate events in churches, and they sold their church work off to an outfit called Outreach Comedy. And they were booking me in churches every single week. And they said, "You got to be clean all the time, Willie. Because you represent us." And when I first started with them, I was like, "Yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna be me, Maurice. I'm telling the truth. I'm gonna do me. I know how to turn it on and turn it off." Well, they called me on it because someone saw me on television, and they said that they heard that I was doing blue comedy. Okay. And I
right.
And I was, but I lied to them, Maurice. I lied to them and told them it wasn't me. And I would tell you, brother, I felt so bad, man. I felt like Peter, man. I felt like I denied Christ because I did. I denied Jesus, man. I was just like him. And if we can look at the Bible and stop looking at those characters in the Bible as those people, no, it's us. It's not just those people. They represent all of us, man. And I was that guy. Yeah. I was like, man, I denied Jesus too because I told him I lied about being clean when I wasn't. And I went back to them. And I told them my conscience wouldn't let me live it down. And I told them, man, that I said I misled you. And I said, "I'm sorry. If you have to let me go from the roster, I totally understand." And they said, "No, Willie, we really like you. you're the type of person that we want. And we're so happy that you came back and you made it right. He said, as long as you can follow our principles and guidelines for clean comedy, we'd love to keep you on. And Maurice, it changed my walk, man. It changed my talk. Yeah. I thought that I was cleaning my life up. Excuse me. I thought I was cleaning my comedy up for the church, but found out that God was cleaning me up for ministry. I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know that I would go to the CCA and see other comedians who were ministers, who had gone to divinity school, who were youth pastors. I don't know what happened, man. I was reading Jeremiah 1. He said, I'll put the words on your lips. And it jumped off on me, man. I knew that I was more than a comedian, ventriloquist. I knew that I had to step up. I knew that I had to use my mouth to preach the gospel, man. I had to speak the gospel. I loved doing comedy, but I had to go further. And that's when I committed. And I went back to school.
Amen.
I got my master's degree in theology at Ohio Christian University at age 50-something. I'm like, wow, I couldn't believe I was back in school. And then
wow, that's amazing. That's awesome.
A year later, I'm in my pastor's ministry and training program at Tabernacle of Praise Church International here in McDonough, Georgia. And I get ordained. I'm ordained as a minister, man. My whole life just complete turnaround, man.
Changed. Yes, absolutely.
I'm talking about. I went from Def Comedy Jam to the pulpit. Yeah, man, that's a book. That's a book right there. You can write that one. You can write that one. That's a title.
Hey, Woody, you're right. That is a book. That is a book. So, and you should write about it.
It's in the book, man. It's in the book. Some of the things I've gone through, substance abuse and sexual promiscuity, and a lot of the things that men deal with. I was caught up, man. I was caught up in the trappings of Hollywood, and good thing God didn't let me go, but so high, He pulled me out of there, man, in the right time. And I'm so thankful, because I'm looking back now at a lot of people who seemingly have reached this great plateau. And it looks great from the outside, man, but on the inside, man, a lot of these people are hurting out there.
Well, there are a lot of people hurting out there, which leads me to my next question. And how does faith influence you when you're on stage as you're performing?
Faith is everything, man. I mean, without faith, we have nothing. And the word says, without faith, it's impossible to please God. But he who comes to God must know that he is God, and that he's a rewarder of them who diligently seek him. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. And when you're in the entertainment industry, there's a lot of stuff that's unseen. I mean, you don't know from day to day or show to show how you're going to make it. You don't know what your next show is going to be. You don't know how much money you're going to make. You don't know if the people are going to like you when you get on stage.
No,
and you don't even know if you're going to get paid. You don't even know. You don't know. You have no idea, man. You're just out there, and you're like a ship sailing, and you're hoping, But I tell you what, if you keep Christ first, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, all these things will be added unto you. I know that much. I know that much, Maurice. That's what I can tell you right now.
Hey, Terrence Hobbs, thanks for watching, brother.
Pastor Terrence, what's going on with you, man?
Brother Hobbs is a minister and comedian. He's doing some great things in the faith right now. You got to love it. Thanks for watching, Terrence. Also, I got a real quick program note, everybody. I don't know, Willie, if you and Woody have ever seen the TV show on PureFlix. It's a faith-based crime series called Vindication. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, first of all, I highly advise you check it out. It is one of the best Christian projects that's available on the virtual platform right now of PureFlix, and it is a realistic crime-based story by Jared O'Flaherty. Today at 3:00, I'm going to have on Venus Monique, who is a part of that series. I'm sorry, at 3 p.m. And then tomorrow, Todd Terry at 3 p.m. And these guys are the lead actors on that show. So, Willie, you and Woody, when you get a chance, check it out, man. It's a 10-episode season 1 on PureFlix. You can see it today.
Vindication, you say?
Vindication. Woody.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I'm looking forward to that, man. That sounds like, yes, that sounds good. It sounds really good.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, the thing that I love about this, Willie, is the fact that it's like an NCIS or a Blue Bloods or a Law and Order, but but it's the exact same type of program. It's got the same edge. It's got all of that stuff. But what they do is they come up to the line of inappropriateness, but they don't ever get there. And it stays respectful, but you still understand the seriousness of the issues. And I think in the faith-based community, we have difficulty in conveying reality to the world so that they will believe our testimony. You know what I mean, Willie? So this show is able to do that, get down into the down and dirty of the darkness of life, but never become lewd or inappropriate. But it makes sure that you understand what's going on. And I think they just do it so well. In fact, Willie, I'll go as far as to say, I think it's probably the best faith-based project that I've ever seen. So check it out. Check it out.
You're saying a lot. That's great. That's, you know, so there's a lot of good stuff coming out now to give people, you know, an alternative and to show reality that you don't have to go over the edge, you know. Oh, there goes another one of my good brothers, Christian.
E-Boogie. That's my man right there. What's up? That's the man right there. E-Boogie.
That man right there. And that man knows. He knows the Bible. That man knows the Bible. Okay.
Yes, he does.
He got word. He got the word. He got the word right here, right now. He got the word right here. You want to hear some good word? Talk to him. And Maurice, I'm so happy, man, that you invited us here because I was on your show before, but we went to another level here today.
Yeah, we did. Well, I had to have you on. And here's the thing. I was doing these shows on Instagram, and then God blessed me with a much higher level of doing this kind of a show, and I had to have you back on because this show is not only on live now on Facebook and YouTube, but tonight at about 6 p.m., it will replay on the Creative Motion Network on Roku TV.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I mean, I'm so excited, man. I'm glad I had a chance to, you know, share some of my testimony, and I hope that people will get a chance to get our book when it comes out. Actually, we're going to be doing some pre-sale orders, I think, this month, but it's going to come out in January. It's called Still a Champion, and it's me along with 6 other of my brothers, and it's a tell-all book, man. You know what? We got to tell the truth, because if I don't tell you what I've been through, if I don't tell you the truth, you can't get better, man. Because if I'm walking around acting all pristine, like I'm so holy and this and that, and you don't know what I've done, you see is me in a clean suit. I'm not doing my job, man. I gotta let you know the truth of it all, where I came from, how it is today, and what it's like right now, man. And God is good. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yes, he is. And Iris Guidry is sending a shout out to you and Willie and Uncle Rufus.
Oh yeah, that's Iris. How you doing, Iris? We're gonna see you this weekend.
Oh yeah, I'm doing a show for Iris's her dad. He's having a birthday. He's turning 89 years old, and we're gonna
praise the Lord.
Yeah, beautiful, man. We're gonna be with her. I think it's Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday. I can't wait. All right, Iris.
And thank you, E-Boogie, for I gotta have E-Boogie. I gotta have you on this show again too, because he was on when I was doing the Instagram shows. I had a lot of quality people that I did these shows with on Instagram, and I want to have them back on this platform, like I said, and also put you on Roku TV. Quality people need to be seen, Willie, and you were definitely one of them. Comedian E-Boogie is definitely one of them. I had Miss Clarice on not too long ago, and so yeah, man, it's awesome stuff. I just thank God that we're able to get to another level here, and so because Christians, man, we got so many talented people in the faith that the world doesn't really know about. And I mean, really talented people, and the world needs to see them, know who they are, be able to find them, and start plugging into what they're talking about. Because, see, we're talking about the right thing. Now, let me just say this. I said NCIS and Blue Bloods, right? That's a good show. Law and Order, really good show. Really, really good show. But at the end of that show, I want to go jump off a building because there's no light. You see what I'm saying? Not literally, but you get what I mean. But this show, Vindication, is just like that, but it's pointing to Christ. It's pointing to hope. You see what I'm saying? You walk away from that show being encouraged. You walk away from that show feeling enlightened. I'll tell you another show that's on that platform. It's called The Chosen on PureFlix. Check that one out as well, Willie, if you get an opportunity. Good afternoon, y'all. Have a blessed day. What's up, Bobby? Everybody get out and vote tomorrow. Have you voted yet, Willie? Have you and Woody put your vote in yet?
Yes, we did. We went to the polls.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we voted.
My man. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the vote counts.
Did you bring everybody? Uncle Rufus, Aunt T, everybody?
We all put our vote in. Everybody had a ballot. You know what I mean?
Hey,
we
Willie,
understand the importance of it. We know the importance of voting.
It's very important to vote, everybody. Get out today and tomorrow before this. You lose your opportunity to do it. No matter who you're voting for, just get out there and vote. Now, let me ask you something, Willie. Who are some of your
LeBron James?
Okay, LeBron. Right in LeBron James. I like that, Woody. Willie, Woody, so who are some of your influences in comedy? Who are some of your heroes?
I had to say Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Because he was funny, man. He was hilarious. Richard Pryor.
He was.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
George Carlin was hilarious to me. I loved him because he would pick fun at the establishment. He could be a little rude, but he was real, man. He put the establishment in check, because he saw what was going on. Bill Cosby, despite all the stuff that he's gone through, he was a great influence in my early years. Listening to his albums when I was a kid, man, I used to be able to mimic his whole album, man. He was,
one thing that Richard Pryor used to do, Willie, thanks a lot, E-Boogie. One of the things Richard Pryor used to do, he was able to play different characters. Like, he's not doing a ventriloquist, obviously, but he had, what was the guy that he used to do all the time? Mudbone. I mean, that was a great character,
Funny,
and he was so talented, Richard Pryor was. He was just, you wish you could have, someone had witnessed to him and told him about Christ. I don't know if anyone ever did. Who knows what he did on his deathbed? Maybe he did finally get it right with the Lord, but he was one funny, talented man. Let me just ask you this with that statement. What motivates you, Willie, to get on stage and make a room full of strangers, people you don't know, you've never seen before in your life, laugh?
Well, I felt like it's a mission today. I know that I have a gift, and with comedy, and I need to share it with people, because if I don't share it, then I'm not using my gift. And we're living in a world where people are depressed. And so my job as a minister, man, is to break the yoke of depression off of God's people. And what better way to do that than to have them laughing? Because once you break that yoke, you can give them a word, man. You can soothe their pain, whatever they're going through. And laughter is like a medicine. It does the body good, like Proverbs 17:22. I mean, there's nothing better, man. I think that's why God gave us this ability to laugh, and we should laugh more. And if we laugh more, we would get along with each other better, whether you're Republican or Democrat. If you laugh more, you could deal with all this stuff. We wouldn't be afraid and worried about anarchy if you could laugh and love and have unity, man. It's really about unity. At the end of the day, most of us want the same thing: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what we all want, man, regardless of your color, creed, race, wherever you're from, man. That's all we really want, man. And so I think as comedians and artists, we have a great responsibility and a great opportunity to help soothe the pain of the world. And so this is our time to step up, man. This is time for us to do it. If I couldn't do anything else in the world, I'd be doing this. I'd do it for free.
We are doing it for free. We are doing it for free.
You got that right.
Man,
you said,
oh man,
bless it, break it,
yeah,
give it away. Bless it, break it, give it away.
Amen, amen, brother.
Amen.
That's what it's
It's
all
all
about.
good.
That's, I was,
It's all wood.
it's all good and all wood, Woody. I was
It's all
watching
wood.
your your gospel comedy clinic DVD, and you had Joey ILO on there, who's hilarious. He's going to be on the show Wednesday at 11 a.m. But you had so many good comedians up there. You had Shanita Morris, you had Marcus D. Wiley. I mean, that I highly advise folks to watch that DVD. Hilarious. And then you and Woody started it out. You kicked the show off. You and Woody came out there and kicked off like a 5 or 10 minute set that killed and really set the tone. So I love it, man. I absolutely love it.
Thank
Willie,
you. I hope to do some more of that.
Man, I hope you do. I mean, you got to do more of that, man. We're
going to.
Yeah, that should be a consistent production. It was so well done. I loved it. That
was a major.
How can fans, Willie, on social media or contact you for booking?
How many?
Yeah. Well, how can fans follow you on social media or contact you for booking?
You can call me direct. Call me on the wood phone. You can call us 310-663-9228. We're out of Atlanta. 310-663-9228, or you can go to WillieBrownandWoody.com, WillieBrownandWoody.com, or on Facebook, Willie Brown Comedian Ventriloquist, Willie Brown and Friends, Clean Comedy Clinic Comedians on Facebook, on Instagram, Clean Comedy Clinic, and on Twitter is Woody's Boy. Yeah, you on Twitter, Woody's Boy. You follow me, and I'm gonna follow you, and you keep following me on the press charges. That's on the press charges, man. I'm serious. I ain't playing.
I believe that.
Listen,
I wanted to just let everybody know how they could possibly follow you. You guys are funny during this pandemic. It's hard to, be entertained. We can't go back out, but there is room on the virtual platform. I know there are a lot of comedians doing shows for churches and so forth through, this platform. And maybe you're having a party or something and you want to have Willie and Woody over and Uncle Rufus and Aunt T over to do a show for you virtually. That can be done. So follow up with the number that Willie gave you. And do you have a website as well?
Yeah, WillieBrownandWoody.com.
Okay, awesome stuff.
Or cleancomedyclinic.com. Either one. You'll find us.
Okay.
WillieBrownandWoody.com. And we're all over YouTube. You'll find us. Just put in Willie Brown and Woody.
Amen. Sounds like great stuff. Now, look, Willie, we're going to cut out, but I want you and Woody to stick around. I want to talk to you guys about something. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking with the very funny and the very talented Willie Brown and his partner, Woody, and friends. Thanks a lot, Willie, for being on the show, man. God bless you, brother.
God bless you, Maurice.
You and your families.
I love you, man.